In this video I was going to explain some 16th note fills that sound pretty cool and really easy to learn. I show these to all my students at some point, and it's based on a specific grouping. We'll learn how to do them, how to apply them to normal rock grooves, and we'll have you doing them. If you follow this video step by step, we'll have you doing them in no time. If you're playing a normal 4/4 beat, there's 4 beats in a bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we're dividing each of these quarter notes into 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So if you're following that, 16 notes, any 16 notes around the kit makes up a fill that would fit in. In this instance, we're going to talk about a specific grouping. Now, groupings, by that I mean what set of numbers we use to add up to 16. You could be talking 5 3 5 3, or any combination that adds up to. Some are harder than others, so odd numbers like 5 3 5 3 obviously is just like 8 and 8. So today we're talking about getting 3 3 3 3 and 4. So that just makes a really easy, it just resolves really nicely, I think personally, and to teach people, for beginners learning to make up their own fills. 3 3 3 3 4 is really an easy combination. You can, so many different variants from that. I'll give you 2 examples, for instance. First one, we're gonna get you to really learn to alternate your hands. So if I played, starting with my strong hand, assuming your strong hand is your right hand, going 1 2 3, then the next stick up is going to be my left hand. I'd have to then go to left 2 3. The next set of 3 would have to be with the other hand. So you're alternating hands every time. So what I want to do first is see if you can put all the 1 of each group of 3 on the first tom. So we're going 1, right 2 3, left 2 3, right 2 3, left 2 3. But for talking sake, we're going to get the 4 sets of 3, and we're going to say 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. All the numbers we're moving, and all the and a we are putting on the snare. So let's go 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. If you practice that a little bit, it is a little bit confusing at first if you don't have the coordination to do that. Once you get it down, repeat it a few times. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Now once you get that happening nice and smooth, you want to move just the number 3 over to the second tom, and the number 4 would come straight back to there. So 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. That should bring you right back to the same way. So, right, 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. Right, now, for all you mathematicians out there, you might have worked out that 3, 3, 3 and 3 doesn't add up to 16. We still need that other extra 4. Now, we've not used this floor tom yet, so that one's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and make it up to 16. Now, if I put it all together slowly for you, 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a, 1, 2, 3, 4. It sounds a bit weird, it sounds like that's very confusing, but when you play them all in order and time, right, left, right, left, right, left, without any pauses in between, it all sounds fine and it sounds lovely. So I'll play that nice and slow for you. Once again. Now, with a bit more speed, you'll hear how that all sounds, it all gels together. So. Now, if you give that a go, and it doesn't sound like that, the only thing I'm doing different is slightly accenting the first note of each group. You know, 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 2 3 4, 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 2 3 4. I'm accenting it ever so slightly, just so that the snare notes are subdued a little bit. They're more of a texture. They're in the background. It seems to be, for the onlooker, for the listener, that if you break a 16th note fill into smaller numbers, it sounds it sounds more complicated. It sounds like you're doing something harder. When really, no matter where I put that, you're just still thinking 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. You're just thinking of 4 3s and a 4. To the listener, you're moving from here to 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 here. It's very confusing. There's a lot of notes happening. To the listener, it makes it sound like your ability is so much more. And that's not a bad thing, because learning to alternate your hands, move freely about the kit, is something you're just going to advance on. You're going to get better. You're going to be able to improve on that. And when it comes to moving more complex numbers, more difficult things and doubles about the kit, you're going to be quite happy to do that because you've been practicing things like this early on. So let's give it a go with a beat. So. With that first fill, we had you trying to alternate hands and still keeping it linear, as in right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and keeping it smooth. So that was the kind of goal that you want to be getting good at and getting nice and smooth at early on. With this next fill exercise, we're going to try and get all the groups of 3, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, and I will still count it like that. We're going to try and do that with a right, left, left sticking. Now we want the right to be nice and accented and the left hand to be ghost noted. To do that, keep your stick nice and low, maybe just a centimetre or 2 above the snare. Then you have no danger of putting any weight behind it, any leverage from lifting the stick too high. So keep your left hand really low, that's not going anywhere, and your right hand is going to do all the movement around the kit. So we're counting 4 sets of 3. You have 4 different drums on a standard kit layout, so we're going to use each of them. We're going to go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. And the last 4 can be anywhere, but for talking sake, we'll put it on the snare drum. So just standard notes, don't need to ghost or accent anything. So all together, 1 and a 2 and a 3. Again. Put it with a beat for you. There's nothing to say later on you can't change where these sticks lie. They can be moved about the kit. The 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 doesn't need to go around the kit. You don't need to have 3 toms. It can be alternated between 2 toms, 1 high tom, 1 floor tom. You could just make it between floor and snare. It could be, doesn't matter, that's fine, as long as you've got the numbers and the grouping right. The last 4 doesn't need to be in the snare. That could be anywhere. In fact, I probably wouldn't play it in the snare. Any example, you could that the really sky's the limit really with where those 4 could be. It's where you think that would sound good. I would probably move it about a bit and not keep it in the one drum. That can be moved about anywhere you decide sounds good for you. Now, the idea is to take these, move them about, make them your own, change the sticking a little bit, see if you can work with that grouping. Maybe if you get really comfortable with that grouping, nice and smooth, nice and fast, you could change that grouping up, you could change the numbers, try it with different groups. This is just to get you started, some ideas that sound okay. Give it a go. Let me know how you got on in the comments. Have a look at the link in the description and on the top of the screen here if you'd like to join our course for more in-depth lessons. At the moment, beta members we're taking on, so it's a reduced price for the time being before it's advertised to the public. See you next time.